What's going on, guys? This is Rob with Rock Guitar School. Today we're going to look at the power chord. So the power chord is basically the root of all rock music as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if you listen to any AC/DC or Metallica or Iron Maiden or any of that, you're going to hear this chord. I mean, the way that I kind of hear is like if Satan himself were to come up from the depths of hell and just arise and like be like, yeah. And then God would strike down, from the heavens and like, I'm going to banish you, Satan. I'm going to stab you in the throat. Just like this epic battle. And like, that's like the sound of a power chord. So we're going to look at the very basics of how to play a power chord today. So first off, we're going to take our first finger. We're going to put it on the 7th fret of the A string. Now, if you don't know the names of the strings, it goes E, A, D, G, B, and then E. Right? So there's only 6 strings. So technically, the low E would be the 6th. Right? So we're going to go to the 5th string, which is the A string. So we'll take our first finger and go to the 7th fret. All right, we got that. And then we're going to take our 3rd finger, go to the D string, right, or the 4th string, and then take, like I said, the 3rd finger, and then go to the 9th fret of the D string, right, and then pinky. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4th. I say pinky, right? So pinky on the 9th fret of the G string, right? So all in all, that's going to sound like this. Now what's cool about this one is you can actually add the low E. Because it is an E power chord, right? So, theoretically, if you're looking at, kind of the way, why does it sound like the way that it sounds? Well, first of all, there's no 3rd note. There's just root, 5th, and then octave. So that doesn't really give you any definite like chord definition. It just gives you, I don't know, like the sound of rock basically, because there's no kind of, I don't know, maybe it's like a center point. I mean, if you were to make a chord, like typically you're basing like whether it's minor or major or minor rather, off the 3rd. Like if your chord is minor, like you flat the 3rd, right? You just bring it down a half step. That's getting too heady for you guys. I mean, I'm trying to restart this channel. If you look at any of my older videos, it's probably going back like 10 years. So I'm trying to restart this channel basically with the hope of just starting from scratch, like exactly where I started, when I was a kid. Like I just wanted to play so bad. Like I wanted to learn like what Eddie Van Halen was doing and like Metallica. Like I so like desperately wanted to learn how to play that kind of stuff. And there wasn't really there wasn't any YouTube, like around back then. There wasn't any really guitar teachers to teach me that stuff. I mean, I remember going to guitar lessons and I loved my teacher at the time, but like he wasn't really like a rock guitar guy, So I remember where I used to take lessons, they had to find me. I remember like the guy that worked in the sales guy. Had to find one of his bandmates came in to teach me, and like he didn't really, I mean he could play and I just like stared at like what he could play, but like as far as like really kind of nailing down exactly how he was doing it was I think that was, it just wasn't happening. So what I learned, you know, when I was first starting out, you know, it was kind of like I just discovered stuff. So I think that's just like how like I learned how to play a power chord, was I just like discovered how to play it, or maybe it was like through a tab book or something like that. But again, there was nobody showing me like, okay, like this is how you do it, you know. Whether it be a video or something like that, or you know, a live guitar teacher in front of me showing me how to do it. So the real trick of this chord is, and I found when I was doing like one-on-one lessons, is to keep these kind of like your third finger and your pinky together. So like I'm gonna kind of see if we can get this on camera. So like that's how it looks. So these guys kind of have to be locked together, right? Like they're not moving, right? And then also what I'm doing is like I'm keeping my thumb behind the neck. Like I'm not going like this, like that would really not work. So I'm keeping my thumb behind the neck like that. And these chords can be played everywhere. I mean, like for example, like this is a E power chord, like since there's the E in the root, right? Because you're basically going E, D, and then E up the octave. So again, what I was saying before, there's no third note. There's no third note from the scale in this chord. So like you can't call it like a minor or major because there isn't any. It's just the fifth and the octave. And a lot of the times, I mean, when I was starting to play, like I didn't even include that octave. I kind of like I like the sound of it without it, honestly. But it definitely does give that, when you're playing it like full on, like with the octave, it definitely is more powerful. I mean, especially if like you're playing with a full band. But I mean, experiment with like how, like, I'm not telling you one way is better than the other. I mean, try it both ways and see what you like, because I mean, definitely there's more than, you know, in anything, in any of the stuff that I'll go over, you know, you may find like there's a few different ways of doing something, right? So again, you can take this chord, you can add, you know, like the pinky octave. Also, you know, going down to the low E, and you can play this on the low E. So if you just take this whole shape and then bring it down to the low E, this would be B now. So if you're going, that's on the 7th fret, right? And maybe able to do like a little punk rock thing too. So like if you wanted to go like. Going 7th and then up the 7th on the A string, and then up to the 9th fret with the and that would make an F sharp power chord. So it's actually like, if you've ever heard of like a 1-4-5, that would be like the blues. I mean, and then that's in a lot of punk rock music. Like if you listen to, I don't know, like the Ramones or something like that, like there's a lot of that stuff. Whole 1-4-5, so that's really cool. So just further, guys, I mean, with this channel, we're going to be essentially at the beginning. I mean, and who knows, maybe this is what I will stick to. I kind of want to, there's a lot of guitar players on YouTube, and I want to offer something that's beneficial in a way that's like you're not looking at a 20-minute long video and try to figure out like, oh, that 1 second, what were you doing right there, you know? I want to take that 1 second and maybe make it 10 minutes, like for instance, like this, like a power chord. I don't see a lot of videos on like just kind of like that basic stuff, you know? If you go back in time, like 10 years ago, like when I started this channel, which I don't know why I haven't kept up on this channel. I think maybe just I got busy. I was involved with a lot of bands over the years. I've been working a lot, so not to say I didn't have enough time, but like I don't know. I just feel like the technology is there now. I mean, if you go back in time, I had a video on squealing, like how to do this stuff, like that kind of stuff. And you can, yeah, it's still on my channel. The quality is not that great. And then, again, this is 10 years ago. Like everything, like honestly, guys, I'm filming this on my phone right now. And I mean, it's in HD and the whole nine, you know? So the technology just wasn't there. So now it's very easy, you know, to produce good quality stuff. So I'm really excited about that I can just, you know, set up and go, and I don't have to worry about like the quality or anything like that. So, you know, in closing, guys, you know, I'm going to keep these videos very concise and probably 10 to 12 minutes long, maybe long, 15 minutes, but like I'm going to do all sorts of stuff. I want to do gear demos and all that and all that stuff as well. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. I really want to make this channel fun. So have fun with this power chord. If you have any questions, just leave a comment and I will do my best to try to respond to it. Again, guys, you could take that chord on the low E, the A string, and that's pretty much where it's at. I mean, if you were to bring it up any up higher, you kind of get into that, I don't know, maybe some of that almost sounds like George Lynch type stuff, which is cool. But like the real heavy stuff, you're gonna mainly concentrate in the low E and then the A string as well. So with that, guys, I'm gonna call it a day on this video, but expect more videos. Like and subscribe, guys. I really appreciate it. You know, again, the content is coming. I'm really super excited, and like this video. All right, guys, have a great day.